Hello everybody. Today I am going to be showing you my quick grooming routine. This is what I do every day with my horse, whether she's coming out of her stall, out of the pasture, or we're getting ready to ride. And I would highly recommend that you do something similar. I'm going to be going over my routine and the tools that I use, so stick around. When you're getting ready to groom your horse, you want to make sure that your horse is secure so they won't just take off on you. Some horses are trained to ground tie when their lead rope is down on the ground. She's looking for treats already. Some horses are trained here on the cross ties, and this is what I'm using. This is actually our wash rack, so we can wash our horses in here and we can groom and tack, but have some kind of secure place like this. Tie your horse and safely tie them so that they can break away if they need to, if there's an emergency. This will make your grooming process very easy. So the first step in my grooming routine with my horse, this is Pippa, is to curry. So there's different types of curries. This is one curry comb, and that's what they're typically called. There's rounded teeth. They're pretty big, and this one is not too harsh or severe. This is another completely different type of curry comb that I also use. This is called the Gentle Groomer. It's very soft, flexible, and there's actually little knobs or teeth on either side of it, so it works the same way or similar to a curry, but you don't do the same motion with it. Both of these are great, and I will have links below so that you can check them out for yourself. So the first thing you want to do is, when you start your currying, is you're going to curry in a round circular motion. And I move down my horse, and what you're doing is bringing up the dirt from below the hair to the surface. Now, my breed of horse, she's a Straight Egyptian Arabian. Her coat is very fine, not very thick. And she's also very sensitive, so you're going to get to know your horse and how sensitive they are and how much pressure you want to apply when you're currying. She doesn't need very much pressure, and too much pressure is just uncomfortable for them, and you want to be aware of that. So you just continue like this to curry wherever you need to, and be aware that most horses have a sensitivity in this area, and sometimes near genitals, so you want to be sure to be aware of that. So this is the Gentle Groomer. It's a little bit different than the other curry combs, but it's excellent, especially when they're shedding. This one, the teeth are across the entire surface, and you can use it to curry because it will pull out loose hair and dirt as you go down and work along the coat, but it's very forgiving and it doesn't hurt at all. It's very flexible. The other thing that's good about this one, it has a soft edge, and if you do need to scrape any dirt or patches of dirt, you can use it that way too if they've got a lot of dirt on them. So I like this one, and I'll have a link below for this one as well. So once you've done the currying and brought the dirt to the surface, there's two types of brushes that you can use. This one is a stiff bristle brush, and it's very stiff. It feels like a broom handle. And you want to be aware of the coarseness of it and how much pressure you apply depending on the sensitivity of your horse. So once you bring the dirt to the surface, all you're going to do is sweep it away. And I just use a little bit of a flicking motion to pull it away from the coat. I'm not usually I don't put a lot of pressure on this one because it is so harsh. If you were to scrape it on your skin, you will get a good feel of how strong these bristles are. And then the last thing you can do is use a soft bristle brush. And these really are soft to finish the coat if you want to give it a little bit of a shine. And I actually use this brush on her legs as well, because that's very sensitive as you get lower on the leg. When you are grooming the legs, you have to be aware that the leg hair and there's not a lot of muscle here. It's very close to the bone, and it is pretty sensitive. So I don't curry on the legs. If there's some dirt, I'll use the Gentle Groomer to groom it away with the edge. And then the only other thing that I do for the leg is take a soft brush, not a harsh one, to brush down the legs. And again, every horse has different sensitivities, and you're going to learn this as you're grooming. If you're helping take care of other horses or your horse, you're going to learn as you go along which tools are the best for the horse that you're working on. So now I'm going to comb my horse's mane. I actually will start back here on her forelock and get any shavings or debris out. When she comes in from the pasture, sometimes she has actual twigs and branches in her mane. Her mane is pretty long, so I try to get all of that out as well as getting shavings out. And I use this comb, and I will link this below so you can look for that. And I'll go through her mane and get all of the tangles out. And I can use a little bit of a conditioner on her mane. I do it as gently as I can because I don't want to break the hair. And then I'll move on to the tail. Good girl. This is the comb I use. I'm going to link this below. And what I do is I stand next to her back here, and hopefully she will not move away as she just did, but she got some pressure, so she did the right thing. So I pull the tail to the side. If you are grooming or combing the tail of a horse that you're not familiar with, this is where you want to be. You don't want to be directly behind, just in case she were or another horse is to pick up their hooves to kick you. You want to be here, which is a much better position. I take the tail, I go to the end of it, like this, and I just comb through the very end, and I take it section by section and work my way back up the tail like this. So I get all of the tangles out, but I am not raking the tail. So never just start at the top and rake your comb through, because you will break the hair, and it takes a while for these their hair to grow back out. So you want to make sure that you're doing it like from the end and going back up. And also on the tail, if you have a lot of tangles in it, or on the mane also, you can use different conditioners. Some people use Suave, which is a people conditioner, but it's certainly fine. Cowboy Magic makes a great detangler, and it smells wonderful. There's a few other products I'm going to link below that are great conditioners. Detanglers. Just be sure not to use too heavy product in the tail or in the mane, because then it just actually attracts dirt and makes your cleansing of the tail and the mane a little more difficult. So just use what you need to get the tangles out and leave the tail or the mane conditioned. If you like this video today, please consider subscribing below. This is A Life with Horses. My name is Marilyn Lombardi, and I'll be coming to you weekly with all sorts of videos on taking care of horses, riding horses, what it's like to have a horse in your life, especially if you're someone who's been away from horses for a long time and now you're getting back involved. Please leave any comments below, any suggestions for future videos. I'm happy to go into any subject that will be helpful for you. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.